All right, so this is your quiz review. Guys, I need you to label this. This is going to go in your notes. This is not only going to help you review for your quiz, it will also help you review for the test over chapters 1 and 2. Over chapters 1 and 2. It's a big quiz. As far as material goes, it's a lot of sections. I think we did 8 sections, okay, total, technically, from your textbook. All right, and let's talk about this first question. We haven't exactly worded it in this way. We need to give a real-life example of negative 90 plus 40. Okay, negative 90 plus 40. So let me give you the first example. This should help you come up with your own. I spent $90 and then I saved $40. Okay, so that's what I would write down here. Okay, you come up with your own. All right, so I would say I spent $90. All right, so give me some real-life example of a value of negative 90. All right, I've heard some really creative examples today, okay? So it doesn't have to be money. It can be anything. Anything where 90 of some physical, item is being lost or withdrawn or taken away or whatnot. And then I saved $40. Okay, you say, Ms. Gunter, you took the easy one, the money one. I know. Hey, but if this is on your quiz, you could use the money one. Just it'll be different numbers. Does anybody else have a different scenario of the negative 90 and the plus 40? I saw Matthew's hand first.
I withdrew the $90 from the bank and I put back 40.
Okay, that's kind of what I put, but that's okay. Hannah?
In the winter in Antarctica, it's negative 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and then in the summer, it's plus 40 degrees.
Okay, so it's 40 degrees warmer. Okay, you can say that. It's 40 degrees warmer, so that's good. I like that. And she said Antarctica because it probably does get to negative 90. All right, yes, Aiden?
I lost 90 marbles and found 40.
Yeah, that's great. Someone earlier said pencils. All right, that's good. Hadley?
I gave away 90 crayons and got 40 markers for free.
Okay, that's great. I gave away 90. So she's still losing, but in a generous way. And then she got 40 markers for free. All right, so that's great. So are we kind of understanding here what we're looking for? All right, now let's look at the next one. Now, I'm going to have some questions, okay, probably about maybe an easier way to do this. But remember what we said is kind of just our go-to, changing these mixed numbers to improper fractions and then solving. And we do that specifically because it works across the board with all the operations. Okay, so I need you to simplify this expression. There are multiple methods that I would accept, but I'm going to do it the way that it can be right, just across the board like we've been talking about, changing these to improper fractions and then simplifying. All right, go ahead and solve this. Do you hear me? You're solving this one. And honestly, you could probably solve the next one also, so let's do these two. All right, that'll give me more time to walk around and check on you guys. All right, okay, so the negative 3 4/4, I'm going to change to an improper fraction, negative 16 over 4. Okay, and then plus 13 over 3. All right, am I ready to combine these? Am I ready to combine them? No, I'm not. What is my LCD? 12. Okay, 12 and 12. All right, so 4 times what is 12? 3. So what's 6 times 3? 16 times 3.
48.
All right, and then because it's already negative, I keep it negative. And then 13 times 4 is 52. What is negative 48 plus 52? 4 over 12, which reduces to 1/3. 1/3. Okay. All right. Now, what did you notice about the original problem? Did anybody notice anything? 4 over 4. Anybody notice that? Okay. So technically, if this is one whole, then that would make this -4. All right, that's what some of my students did in the last class. If you didn't do that, then just ignore what I'm saying, okay? Here's what I'm trying to get at. All right, there's more than one way to solve this. But if you change them to improper fractions and just follow the LCD, it might be another step or two sometimes, but it works every time. And I like that about this method. So I don't have to teach you, well, this is this method if it's addition, but it's this method if it's subtraction. Do you see how that could maybe get confusing? Okay. All right. Sorry, I did not mean to confuse you. If that confused you, all you need to know is find your LCD and simplify this way. Okay. All right. Let's look at the next one. Multiplication. Lots of multiplications. So does anybody see anything? Yes? Yes, and we call them reciprocals. And reciprocals are a beautiful thing because we know they reduce down to 1. So if you recognize that, you know that your answer is 4/7, and there is no math to do. Okay? So on your quiz, look for reciprocals. If you see them, a true reciprocal has the same sign. Okay? You can reduce them, and then your answer is just whatever's left. Okay? All right, let's come up here to the division. All right, it's a little bit of a bigger number, but I think we can handle it. All right, so we have 31.26 divided by -15, but we'll worry about the sign of our answer in a minute, 15.63. All right, what can we not have in our divisor? We cannot have something. Can't have a decimal, so we need to move it out, but conveniently, that moves it out of both numbers. Okay, so I'm ready to go ahead and simplify. I know it's not going to be 1, all right, and 2 looks pretty close, okay, because 1,500 goes into 3,000 2 times. Let's try 2. All right, and that's really nice how that works out when I do the multiplication. 2 is my answer. So you will see long division on your quiz on Monday. You will also see distance. All right, so watch back to that video, all right, where we covered distance. If you need to see that review again in the full review, just as a small little tidbit of review, if they're on the same side of 0, so both numbers that I'm comparing are on the same side of 0. Does anybody remember what I do with their absolute values? Isla? Yes, I subtract them. So 18 minus 11.5 is? Close. 6.5. And remember, guys, distance is never negative. It's never negative. All right. And the next one. Okay, so we're running out of time, so we'll just kind of work through this. You have an expression very similar to this on your quiz. You need to make sure you take the absolute value. What does absolute value mean? Just the number, just how many it is away from 0, the distance from 0. So -30 plus, what's the absolute value of -10? Okay, so then I just say 10. Plus 30 minus, what's the absolute value of -5? 5. This is not a double negative, so that's why I put this in here. It's only a double negative if it's parentheses. If it's absolute value, you have to take the absolute value. Okay? Now I'm ready to simplify. Samuel?
-30 and 30.
Yes, look for those, guys. I love putting those in quizzes and tests because it rewards those students who know their number properties. Okay? What's 10 minus 5? 5. All right, complex fraction. Remember, with a complex fraction, you pull out the numerator and denominator. If there's something to simplify, it must be in parentheses. 3 over 5 plus 2 over 15. All right? You have to simplify that first. That's why I put it in parentheses. Divided by the denominator, 11 over 30. Okay? So what's my LCD on the first one? What's my LCD here? It's 15. So what do I have to multiply 3 by to get 15? Or I'm sorry, 5 by to get 15 is 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. What's 9 plus 2? 11 over 15 divided by 11 over 30. Okay, this is looking nice. But I can't cross reduce yet. Even if I could, what do I need to do when I divide fractions? KFC, which is really going to work to my benefit here, times 30 over 11, because I'm doing a lot of cross reducing now, right? I like way cross reduce. 11s, 15 cross reduces, and all I have left is a what? 2. Okay? You do have one of these on your quiz Monday. The last thing you have, which it's 1:10, so we're out of time, but I just wanted to at least tell you, you're going to have a problem on your quiz finding the mean. Remember the hibernation example yesterday? It's real similar. The snowboarding example from your worksheet, real similar. Okay, finding the mean, that's on your quiz. All right, and that's everything you need to know. You guys have a great weekend.